I'm Claudia Catania, and you're listening to Playing on Air. You're about to hear, I think it's worth pointing out that I've been very serious throughout this entire discussion, or Dave and Julia Are Stuck in a Tree, by Mallory Jane Weiss, the winner of the 2020 James Stevenson Prize for Comedic Short Plays, sponsored by Josie Merck. It features Danny DeVito and Lucy DeVito and is directed by Moritz von Stuelpnagel. We are on a mountain used for recreational winter sports. It's a sunny January day, the perfect weather for snow tubing. The smell of peppermint, pine needles, and musty ski coats. Julia and her father, Dave, hang on tightly to a tree off the side of the mountain. They're clinging for dear life.
How's it hanging?
I knew you were going to say that. How long have you been waiting to say that?
Well, how long's it been?
You mean how long has it been since our snow tubes slid off the path, sped through a series of orange plastic safety fences, and flung us off a cliff, only to have us grab onto a tree limb and hang here above what is almost certain death?
Like 6 minutes?
Yeah, I'd say about 6 minutes.
You didn't answer my question. How's it hanging?
Dad, stop trying to make me laugh.
Don't be mad.
I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out how...
Don't look down.
I'm not. I won't.
You're not going to like what you see if you look down.
I know.
If you look down, you'll vomit on your coat. I just had the car washed. I even paid extra to vacuum the seats. I'm not going to have you ruin that for me.
Dad, stop.
I'm joking.
Well, if I laugh, my arms will give out and I'll plunge to my death. So don't say what you're about to say.
What was I about to say?
My joke would have killed.
Yep.
I knew it.
I was going to say the joke was a killer.
Mine's better.
Well, you've always been able to tell a good joke. Really, you have great comedic timing. The ability to tell a good joke is a real gift.
Yeah, well... No one's coming. Should we call for help?
Aha! Good idea. Let me get out my phone. Hello? My daughter and I are hanging off a tree on the side of a mountain. She's very annoyed with me. Can you come and pick me up? Oh, her? Nah, you can leave her here. She's fine.
That is not funny. And hold on to the tree with both hands. How would you feel if you fell making a stupid banana phone joke, huh?
Julia, if I were making a stupid banana phone joke, I need a banana. This was a stupid finger joke, so I used my fingers.
Oh, my God. Oh. My mistake. Can we get back to the life and death peril that we are in, please?
And now, back to our previously scheduled programming.
Help!
Don't yell.
Help! I'm in a tree!
You're gonna have to be more specific with them. Tell them the tree has needles, like when your mother doesn't shave her armpits.
And my father won't stop making jokes!
You forgot to mention the jokes were funny. They were hysterical. Mom would have liked them.
Anybody! Help! Anyone, please! Are you gonna help me?
You shouldn't yell.
We can't hang here forever.
Somebody will find us.
Not if we don't yell.
If you yell, you can start an avalanche.
That's not how avalanches work.
How do you think the avalanches work? Of course, that's how they work. The sound waves reverberate. They reverberate off the peak of the mountain, which shakes the wet snow loose, which dislodges the boulders, which send it all tumbling down the mountain. Just because one girl yelled.
One woman.
Okay.
We shouldn't have left our phones in the lodge.
We get no time, just you and me. Was it going to kill you to leave your phone back there for a couple of hours?
Well, I might beg to differ.
I set you up for that one.
Yeah.
Before, when you said I was good at telling jokes, that was the part where you're supposed to say, I learned it from you.
But I learned it from TV.
You know exactly how to cut a guy down.
I could have said I learned it from Mom.
Your mother's funny. You probably did.
Mom's a different kind of funny. She remembers the last names of every kid in her first grade class. I don't know why it's funny, but it is. When she's like, I just had to steal my pencil case back from Peter Malarkey, the little rascal. So I asked Suzanne Thompson for help, but she was always too busy fighting Beth Callahan for the good swing. So I had to take matters into my own hands. That's her kind of funny.
What kind of funny am I?
Dad, we're hanging off a mountain. Let's focus.
I know what kind of funny you think I am.
Do not say racist.
Racist. You think I'm a racist misogynist. I'm not racist or a misogynist.
I didn't say you were. I said we're hanging off a mountain. And you said I think you're a racist misogynist. And I don't think you're a racist misogynist. I think some of your jokes are dated.
Oh.
I do think that.
Holy hell. Do you want me to throw myself off this mountain?
Dad, stop.
Holy, seriously? I could just let go, you know.
Stop. I didn't mean it.
Oh, you meant it.
No, but I didn't mean it like you think I meant it.
My own daughter, my only daughter, thinks my jokes are dated.
And get some new material.
I have plenty of new material.
Fine.
You wouldn't know. You never open the videos I send you.
Well, that's because I have to download them. They're not even on the internet. They live outside the World Wide Web. How does that even happen? Where do you even find them? And do not say Richard Warner. Oh my gosh.
What? Rich is a funny guy. I work with Rich for what now? How old are you?
How old am I? Seriously? I'm 27.
Well, you just had a birthday.
Uh-huh.
That was a joke. I knew it.
Hysterical.
Look, Julia, you were born at 6/24 on December 21st. I know exactly how old you are, down to the minute.
Fine.
Just take however old you were on top of that mountain and add about 11 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Speaking of which, remember how we flew off the side of the mountain because you thought it'd be funny for you to grab onto my tube and spin us around like a couple of, what was it?
Drunken penguins.
Drunken penguins. Wasn't that hilarious?
Are you blaming me for this?
I'm not blaming you for this.
We didn't die. We're fine.
Can we set a higher bar, please?
I don't think we want to be any higher than we're hanging right now.
Oh my gosh. Dad, how are we getting down?
You want to get down?
Of course I want to get down.
But we're bonding.
I've had enough bonding. The bonding is what got us in this mess in the first place.
Technically, you resisting the bonding got us into this mess in the first place.
What?
If you just spun your tube around like instead of trying to kick and flail, I'm not blaming you, but you did throw off the centrifugal force.
If you mention your high school physics prize, I will let go of this branch.
You can't give me one thing.
Not when your one thing is from 1981.
Oh, again with the dated stuff. You used to think I was funny.
I still think you're funny.
You used to think I was really funny.
Well, I was a kid. I didn't know any better.
You hate me that much?
Oh, stop. I do not hate you. Just because your jokes are...
racist and misogynist.
I never said that.
I'm sure you've said it. You've definitely said it with your eyes.
Okay, do you think you could swing down to that branch over there? Because maybe your legs will reach the mountain edge and you can kind of like free solo down or up or something. Dad?
Name one.
Are you listening?
Name one racist or misogynist joke I've told.
No.
Because you can't think of one.
Are you kidding? It'd be hard to pick only one.
What about the one with the taxi cab?
I don't remember that one.
You know, with the driver, the seatbelt is broken. He pulls over to ask the woman, he says...
Yeah. You know, Dad, I don't know exactly where this one is going, but I have a gut feeling I don't need to hear the rest.
You didn't let me tell it.
I've heard enough.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, you could give me the benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt? You act like I'm out there in the world trash-talking you. People ask about my dad, I'm not like, oh, that misogynist son of a gun?
Because I'm not. I'm not. It hurts that you think I am.
I don't. But like, okay, while I was yelling for help and you said the tree was like Mom's unshaven armpits or something.
That was a joke.
I know it was a joke, but it's that kind of joke that can come off dated.
You're being too sensitive. It was about your mother. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't talking about all women. Mom would have thought it was funny. Or she would have laughed, at least before she yelled at me.
Fine, maybe that's a bad example. Except for, like, it's using body hair as a punchline when some women choose...
You can't tell a joke about anything anymore.
That's not true.
If telling jokes about Mom's body is off limits...
It's not off limits. It's whatever. I'm just saying I didn't think it was very funny. That's all.
Hit me where it hurts.
I'm not trying to... Why do you care?
You're my audience.
Oh, heaven forbid the tree-hanging crowd doesn't think you're the funniest thing since, I don't know, airplane food.
Is that offensive to airplanes? Huh?
Forget it. Can you swing down there?
I didn't mean you're my audience because you're the only person around. I meant you're my audience.
Well, then know your audience.
I thought I did.
Well, things change.
You used to love tubing. You used to ask if we could come to the mountain in July. You used to lay our snow pants on the living room floor and ask, Dad, which ones are yours?
And you always pointed at mine.
And you laughed and laughed. You used to think I was funny.
You keep saying that. I still think you're funny. What isn't funny is being trapped in a tree.
There was a time when this would be hysterical to you. I would have made a joke about calling the park rangers and leaving you here, and you would have cracked up and you probably would have fallen out of the tree.
And how is that a good thing? How is my falling from this tree because of a joke a good thing?
Because it means you're on my side.
Dad, I'm on your side.
You tell your mother everything.
Well, she doesn't fling us off mountains.
I'm being serious.
Seriously?
I can be serious.
I tell Mom everything because she and I are similar. She's a woman. I tell Mom everything because she doesn't address her texts or her emails with Julia and a colon or sign them.
My email has an auto signature. I can't help
The
that.
signature is your name at the bottom, not at the top.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, but I mean you address me at the top with a colon.
Because I'm writing to you from my work email.
Forget it.
So that's it. We just don't get to be close because I don't text and drive like your mother.
Does she text and drive?
Probably.
I just assume that she tells you what I tell her. That you're getting the information through osmosis or telephone or whatever, second-hand updates.
She doesn't tell me anything.
Okay, well, we're not arguing about how you do or do not communicate with your wife.
So that's it. I had my chance at being your favorite, and it's over. I lost.
I don't have favorites. I come to you guys for different things.
And you go to your mother for everything. You come to me for your taxes.
You're really good at them. Sorry, it was a joke.
Well, I'm not joking.
Okay, fine. The truth is that I've changed a lot. It's not that surprising. It's not anything special, even. It's just that I'm not 11. I'm not even 15. It's not about eyeliner or boys or whatever. It's about having grown up and found myself in a world where it's important that I'm strong. It's important that I make decisions, that I have convictions. You know me well enough to know that I was never gonna just be satisfied. I was never gonna grow up and meet a man, and get married, move 2 towns over, and give you 3 grandchildren, all of whom are named after you. That was never going to be what I did. I care too much about the fact that both of my brothers will inevitably make more money than I do forever. That people, men, white men, sorry, not sorry, are out there trying to decide what I get to do with my body. And I know you don't like to think of me as having a body or being an adult or needing money or having problems, which is why I don't tell you everything I tell Mom. It's why we talk about football and work and snow tubing. Because our relationship got frozen in time. So yeah, I'm gonna be frustrated when you tell me what I think are dated jokes because to me it feels like you're not trying. Like you're not putting in any effort to understand me as an adult. Like you don't understand that things have changed and you're not the victim by not keeping up.
I put in effort.
I'm not saying you don't.
You just did.
I'm saying that it feels that way sometimes.
Well, it works both ways, you know.
I'm patient.
Julia, please, you're not patient with me.
Because you're better than some of your punchlines. They're beneath you, and it's frustrating to watch. It's hard to listen to.
You have to understand, I've been living my way a lot longer than you've been living your way.
I just don't see that as an excuse.
Well, yeah, but you have to recognize the effort. I'm trying, you see that? I don't always know how, but I am. I think I'd be better at it if you cut me some slack.
But I don't want to cut you slack. You're my dad. I want you to just get it.
Well, I'm human. What'd you say earlier? Sorry, not sorry?
Yeah.
See, I'm learning. That's new material. Sorry, not sorry.
Fine.
Sorry, not sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, not sorry.
Okay, I get it. I'll try to be patient.
And I'll try harder. More.
It doesn't have to be more. Just more specific.
Specificity. Key to a good joke.
There you go.
I think it's worth pointing out I've been very serious through this entire discussion.
Is it because your arms are about to fall off?
Absolutely. Yours?
Yeah. We have to get out of this tree.
Oh. I think I know what I have to do.
What?
Julia, know that I love you and that I'll always be there for you. Not just to make you laugh, but in general. Always.
Okay, but what are you... Dad! No, don't let go! Are you kidding me?
I told you not to look down. I've fallen off the ladders higher than that.
That was not...
Huh? That was
That was pretty funny, Dad. Pretty funny.
You just heard, I think it's worth pointing out that I've been very serious throughout this entire discussion, or Dave and Julia Are Stuck in a Tree by Mallory Jane Weiss. Directed by Moritz von Stuelpnagel, it starred Danny DeVito as Dave and Lucy DeVito as Julia. Thanks, everybody. We usually start by everybody saying their name so listeners are clear which voice is which. Can all of you say who you are and what role you played in this recording?
Sure, I'm Mallory Jane Weiss, and I'm the playwright.
Moritz von Stuelpnagel, and I'm the director.
I'm Lucy DeVito. I played Julia.
I'm Danny DeVito. I play Dave.
Hey.
Hey, we're all here.
Mallory, in your script, you've included a really tender dedication. You say, for my dad, who values comedic timing above almost all else, almost. Can you tell us a little about this high priority above almost all else and its impact on you as a daughter and as a writer?
I grew up in a very funny household. Both my parents are very funny, different kinds of funny, but my dad especially, he really values the ability to be able to tell a good joke. And almost all of the work that he's seen of mine, the first thing he says to me after is, you had him laughing. Even when it's not a comedy, if there's one joke, oh, you had him. That was a good joke. And that's just...
They didn't see that one coming. Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think for him, it was just always a way that he liked to laugh. I like to laugh. We found a lot of the same stuff funny. We still find a lot of the same stuff funny. And I think it's like the play says, it's how we tell each other we're on each other's side. And so when he says, that was a good joke you told, I think he would appreciate that I take a little liberty with that. And I assume he means, you did good work. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
What kind of movies did you watch with him?
Oh, it's funny because
Comedies.
anytime my dad requests that we watch a movie in my family, it's immediately the last thing that we would ever watch in the entire world. That's like the game of our family. If he could want to watch a movie that we've all been dying to see, and the second he says it, we're like, no, sounds terrible. No. We don't want to. So we do put him at the butt end of some jokes, but
right.
We watched a lot of Disney growing up. We watched a lot of classic movies too. I remember watching
like
Rear
Laurel
Window
Party.
with him.
Did you watch?
Monty Python. Monty Python. He
Monty
to this
Python.
day will still pull
Right.
up like a Monty
Right.
Python sketch and will be in tears laughing at a sketch that he has seen 1,000 times.
Yeah, they're the funniest. They're really funny.
Those Brits, they know how to do it.
Man, they know how to do it. I mean, that sword fight in the woods with the knight is like
Classic.
just classic.
A mere flesh wound.
They make the horses sounds. All that stuff is like great. Yeah.
So, Lucy DeVito, do you see similarities in this play between you and your dad?
Well, yeah. I mean, in our household, I also grew up with very funny parents. But I think that one thing that I got from you, Dad, was that, you have to see the joke in any situation. And that is one of my mantras, I think, in life is that, times could be rough or hard or something could not go my way or whatever, but there's always something funny about whatever situation it is. And then, also we are very close and we constantly talk about jokes and what's funny and not, we're in the same biz and we work together and stuff. So it's not totally out of the realm of what we would do. Snow tubing, on the other hand, is maybe out of the realm.
Do we have a snow tube?
Well, I guess when we were younger, maybe, yeah, we would definitely do some snow sports. But these days, no one's getting on skis.
Not these days. Now?
Yeah.
Barely get on feet.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Well, that's a real gift your dads gave you.
Yes, it is.
So does that mean, Lucy and Danny, do you generally just have a sense of how the other will handle a comic line? When you're working together, can you, Lucy, like Julia, the character, pretty much predict your dad's punchlines coming?
Sometimes. He has repeated a joke here and there, so there is that.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm being kind of kind right now, aren't I?
I could tell the same joke, at the same table, at the same dinner or whatever.
And every time it starts, did you ever hear about, did I ever tell you about?
You're the one about the...
And you're like, yeah, Dad, you did.
How about the termite goes into a saloon?
I never heard that one. Let's hear.
He says, is the bartender here?
Bing.
Get it? The termite walks into a saloon
and
says, is the bartender here? Look at the three of them.
Oh.
How many times have I told that joke?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll keep them clean.
They call them dad jokes for a reason, people.
Yeah, I don't think my parents gave me the same gift. What can I tell you? So in life or in working together, Lucy and Danny, what surprises you about each other when you work together?
Just from my side of it, I'm confident that Lucy's going to put me on the right track. So I'm not surprised when she does that. Surprised she puts up with me. That's something that I would say is surprising. No, it's not, because I know she loves me. Love is always having to put up with a pain in the ass.
No. Something that's really not surprising, but I'm always delighted by is my dad's tenacity and his vigor and enthusiasm for work, and also just kind of stamina for finding what is the best version of the joke or what is the best version to how to tell the story in the best way, So that is something that I enjoy putting up with.
There are other things she doesn't enjoy putting up with.
Moritz, I have a lot of questions for you, actually. But in terms of the play, why do you think Dave plays this practical joke on his daughter at the expense of her fear and annoyance with her arms about to give?
I don't know. I mean, it never read to me as something that was premeditated exactly. But, like comedy, life hands you opportunities, I guess. I think it's sort of beautiful of what you guys are talking about.
He's given a gift in a way.
Yeah, so this out of tragedy creates an opportunity for us to be together,
Bonding.
Yeah, I think it's sort of a genius invention.
Yeah.
He does say a lot of things in there about their relationship, but you've got to know that at the end, when he's in the snow, that the other person's not going to like murder him for doing this to him. There is something like really magic about their relationship.
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking, Mal?
Yeah, I think you all nailed it. I think that by the end, they've both realized that that was time that they needed. So even if I think maybe 6 pages earlier in the play, had Dave jumped, I think Julia still would have been pissed. But I think by the end, they land at this place of sort of mutual understanding, at least for that afternoon.
Yeah.
Where they can laugh about it.
Yeah. So since I'm talking to 4 people who are so familiar with comedy, why does the setting in this play in a tree work so well, do you think?
Well, I mean, it is a precarious place, and comedy has to be dangerous. And I used to always say this thing years ago, people would say about structure of a movie. The old timers would say 3-act structure. You chase them up a tree, you shake a stick at them, and then you let them down again. That was the whole thing. And basically we got into that tree. You put us in that tree.
Yeah, I also really wanted to take advantage of the fact that it was radio, that it was an audio play, something that wouldn't read on stage. I think we would know exactly how high they are. In a movie, I think it would feel cheap to have been like tricked in that way. So knowing that it was going to be a radio play, I really wanted to take advantage of our imagination. It was only as high as we put them. So we were in Julia's position throughout the whole play because we didn't know how high they were and we assumed it was really high. And so we got to have the same sort of like relief and we got to have the same laugh at ourselves when Dave jumps. We're like, oh, it's not that high. And we went through that whole journey. Yeah. So it was really about the medium.
I love that, Mallory.
Danny, at this point in your career as a producer, writer, star, where there's literally a Danny DeVito day in New Jersey in honor of your birthday, what still really challenges you as an artist?
Every day, it's like a new day. That stuff is there. All that stuff has happened. It's the past. What's happening now? This moment, what we just did. You want to get it right. The moment to moment, so today is the moment. There's nothing else. Yeah. I mean, okay, it's cool to, be able to get a table in a restaurant. Not anymore.
Well,
yeah.
No, but seriously, getting up to bat is the great thing, and you do it every day. We all do it when we get up in the morning, with people that we care about, whether it's on the telephone, or it's on a Zoom, or it's in person. I'm lucky to have my kids, everybody with me. So that's a big thing.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything you want to add? Or since the 3 of you have, Danny DeVito in your midst, is there something you want to ask him?
Well, I'm always curious for performers. I think the hardest thing for me, if I were an actor, would be trying not to replicate because, a joke works. It works when you do it a certain way. How do you find what's fresh?
Well, I think listening is a big key to it because then you're like talking to the other person and listening to what they have to say and their delivery. And I also think that working in theater has been really helpful for learning how to keep things fresh because, if you do a show for a long time, you have to keep it alive. And
you rely on each other and
you rely on, and what you were saying, Dad, about like just trying to be in the moment, not anticipate what is coming. I try to remind myself that just living my life, but I can really implement that in my work.
This is a good play. You stand on it, as an actor, you're surfing with it, you're going with it. Like I'm in California, so I use the metaphor, but you rely on each other, the actors, you rely on what the director gives you, but you stand on that, your foundation.
Moritz, anything you want to say?
Yeah, Lucy, I'm curious if it's a blessing or a curse to have your parents in the same business.
Well, do you have an hour? We can talk. The short answer is it's both. It's more a blessing than it is a curse, They've given me so much in terms of just their support and their knowledge about the business and also just the craft of it all. There's nothing I would trade, in that sense, because both of my parents have been the best teachers and, role models of what the life and, an actor's life, whatever director, producer's life could be. Then there are, the tougher moments. But I would say that I wouldn't trade it, So that's the short answer.
Good answer. It's a good answer.
It is. Well, I have to say, this has been a tremendous treat for me and a privilege and a lot of fun. So thank you, Danny DeVito, his daughter, Lucy DeVito, director Moritz von Stuelpnagel, and author Mallory Jane Weiss, and a special thanks to Josie Merck, who's the sponsor of the James Stevenson Prize for Comedic Short Plays, which Mallory won.
Congratulations. That was a lot of fun.
Same here.
We had a good time.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks a lot for inviting us to do it.
Yeah.
And thanks for writing the play.
Yeah,
and thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you all for working on it.
It was a real treat.
Thank
real
you.
treat.
You've been listening to Playing on Air, Great American Short Plays with Great American Actors. Assistant producers, Rachel Creedberg and Adithya Pratama. Marketing and Education Manager, Shelley Horwitz. Development, Lila Becker. Assistant to the Artistic Director, Eric Judson. Theme music, Tom Cochan. Recording and sound design, John Kilgore. Audio editing, Rachel Creedberg. Playing on Air is distributed by PRX, Public Radio Exchange. For Playing on Air, I'm your host, Claudia Catania. Thanks for listening.